cloud like that. Now, cloud, there are different cloud. When we say cloud, basically we're talking about services in cloud, right?
Yes.
Let me ask you, what is cloud? What do we, if we say cloud from the perspective of an engineer like you, haven't completed 2 courses on your way to cloud, what's cloud basically for you now at this level? I think you've answered that question correctly before this. But once again, what's cloud? You are quiet all of a sudden. We are starting cloud now, so I need you to understand what we are going to. Can't just go into cloud without you understanding.
Cloud is a virtualization.
Cloud is a data center.
Cloud is built on data center.
Yeah.
So what's cloud? Or if you cannot put it in a sentence, what's the understanding of cloud? This cloud we are going into now, this journey we're about to embark on, where do you think we are going? What's the vision?
It's virtualization.
What are we going to cloud to do? When we say we are cloud, what exactly? Put that in context.
Yes.
Hello, somebody needs to be able to put that in context for me. All right, so basically we're saying that the same infrastructure we have available on enterprise networks, and even more than that, are available remotely in places where we can, where we can access them virtually. Okay, so from computers to servers to routers to applications to databases, engine, just like we have them in our network, corporate or enterprise network infrastructure. So also do we have them remotely in places where we cannot see them. They are not physical. They are virtual. So those places, even though they are housed in physical infrastructure called data center, are available to us remotely in virtual form. That is what we call cloud, right? So just like you have your systems, your routers, your switches, your cables, your servers, and all of that within your enterprise network, so also do you have all of that, and even many more. That's the beauty of cloud. Many more services than you would normally have on your enterprise network. So also do you have them in cloud. So you can now remotely connect to all of this network infrastructure, whether you want small infrastructure or plenty of infrastructure, you can remotely connect to them, all right? Normally through SSH, and be able to spin up servers like we're going to do today, and set up your environment, set up your databases, set up your web servers, and everything you normally would do within your enterprise network. You are not able to do also in cloud without buying physical equipment, and even able to do thousands, many more than you would ordinarily be able to do within your enterprise infrastructure. All right, so do you get an idea of what we're going to do now? So those same things about setting up a system, installing operating system, putting Linux, configuring your Linux for web server, configuring your Linux or FTP, and many more. We can't just count them. All of them are now possible from today, remotely, because we are going to cloud. And what do we have in cloud when we go into cloud? We are going to see services. So basically, we are putting these services together to assemble what we need, and then we start to use that. Connect to that what we need, and then we start to use it for whatever reason we set it up. Whether we set it up to load an application inside that we want to use for our clients to analyze their data, or we set it up so that we can put our own web pages there and it becomes our web server. For anything, whatever we set it up for, it is possible. We can take from here, take from here, take from here, assemble them, and then we'll have our service. Those things we are taking from here, here, they are called cloud services. So cloud is basic, well, on top of what I already explained, being virtual infrastructure, is also very importantly services running on this infrastructure. Without the services running on the infrastructure, okay, that should be more organized. I thought I'll just spend 2 seconds and leave you. I guess I need to explain since you could answer my question. So on top of cloud being basically infrastructure, network infrastructure made available virtually, remotely, on top of cloud being that one, cloud can also be your infrastructure. Okay, that infrastructure with services running on it. All right.
Yes.
So we fundamentally have infrastructure. What do you mean by infrastructure? Your switches, your routers, your infrastructure, your servers, your anything that you normally will have within your enterprise network to make your network work. All of them are infrastructure. But cloud is not just presenting you with infrastructure. Cloud can also present you with the platform on which you will now run your services. Platform. Example of platform would be your Linux server operating system, your Linux enterprise operating system, your Windows server operating system, your Windows client operating system, in fact, when we go in now, you're going to see that there are hundreds of different kinds of different variants of operating system. And apart from operating system, sometimes you also want something on top of the operating system. For example, what if you want not just the operating system on your server, but also an environment that has been prepared to host your server? In other words, the server has already been turned into a web server on top of Linux operating system. So the platform is more than just operating system. Sometimes it comes with additional services on top of the operating system to make that work that you want to do possible. For example, again, another example, which you are still following. I want to create a database. It's not enough to have Linux operating system as my database. I also want to create a database engine that will make that database work. For example, on that infrastructure where I have my Linux, I want to create or rather, I want to buy a database engine that is already managed and configured on top of that platform. So it is more than just the operating system. All right. So let's in fact, they are all called, let's not confuse it. All of that operating system on top of the other services I'm trying to let you know now, they are all called platform. Then on top of that, it's also possible that you don't just have your platform running on your infrastructure, that you also have this platform will not just be running You'll not just be waiting for you to use it. Even the service that you want to run on the platform, it is possible that you go and meet somebody who already has it and say, you know what, just give me the service. But they are services. So how do we not differentiate? Let's call this one software. Because even the infrastructure, the platform, they are services. All right. And then this, broadly speaking, these are the 3 levels of services that you can get from cloud. You can get your empty infrastructure and then use your Linux and your understanding of Windows to work on it. You can say, okay, I don't know Linux, so I'm going to get an infrastructure that is already running Linux and Windows and already configured for web server. And all I just do is use another software or code to develop my web pages and put it there on the platform. Or you could say, in fact, I don't even know how to develop code. Somebody should give me the infrastructure, prepare the platform, and even develop my codes and put the web pages on top of that platform and give me the whole thing together as a service. So I pay this guy, pay this guy, pay this guy for the different levels of services provided. All right. But on top of all these fundamentals, there are also now different kinds of services, tiny one, but they are not so, technology is changing every day. So, on top of your software, all right? So cloud is not only presenting you with opportunity to do infrastructure as service. I said they are all services. You can also do platform as service. You can do software as service or application, actually. Application as service. I think application will fit more here. And then on top of that, you can have specific kind of services and applications running on. Okay, so it's now up to you what you want. Everything is available.